Hello, hello, this is Cara. We are on day 44 of the 100-day challenge and letter G for the ABC challenge. And guess what? This project also goes with Tracy Fox's and Line Dot Arrows challenge because it's using envelopes. I am doing 3 challenges at once. How impressive is that? Okay, so it's G. So I'm going with, as you see, Gingham and grunge. So we're gonna make some grungy gingham envelope side pockets. It's a lot of things going on. Okay. Off camera, I used my mini envelope punch board. You do not need to use a punch board to make envelopes. There are many tutorial. I'm sure even Sevenplaza has done tutorials on how to make envelopes without a punch board. So instead of taking time, and because it does take a little time, but to show you how to punch and use the punch board, I'm gonna skip that part. I hope that's okay, to show you how to actually make this fun little idea. And I will post where I saw either the image on Pinterest that I was like, oh, I want to make one of those, or it's a YouTube video. I can't remember. Look in the description. And I'll put the person's name if I find it. Okay, I've used my gingham kit to do this, because G Gingham, and I made a bunch of different mini envelopes that we're going to use on our little project. There's a side tuck that has the little mini envelopes going down the page. Really cute. And then you can tuck little embellishments in. Okay, this is a great project to use at book pages, or if you have scraps or coffee dyed paper, or you can even use the cutoff to the papers that you've been using. All right, I stuck 3 pages of book page together. I think that's what I'm going to use for this project. Let's just trim off this rough edge. So I'm just going to line it up and chop that off. And then I'm going to do about half way. So how big is this? This is, oh, okay, so let's do 2.5 because it's about 5 inches. So we'll do 2.5. So yeah. And then this will make 2 pockets, tuck spots. And now we have these ready to go. These are going to be on the background. And the other thing that we want to do is get our envelopes, and we're going to grunge them. Ink around the edges, and I'll do a couple and then do the rest off camera. But you just want to ink them. We would do this anyway, probably, right? And this back part is not going to show, but this part is, because we're going to glue it onto our page. So go ahead and ink around these edges. Yeah, like that. And then if you want, go ahead and ink up the flap and get that a little grungy as well. All right, I'll do it. My little envelopes are all inked, ready to go. And we're going to grunge up our background sheets a little bit. I've also inked around some of these edges. I am going to use texture paste, opaque, and maybe I have, on my desk, I have vintage photo reinker. Let's add a little bit of this to our texture paste and give it a little color. Just gonna take a smidge. Let's do 1 drop, because you can always add more. I'm just going to smush, mix it around. Yeah, 1 is plenty. have this kind of grungy, gritty background, or what is it? Stencil. Birds. Birds are hard. Just pull this through some of the stencil. There we go. There's some of the brown, and you want to put this in water, so I'm going to go rinse this off and be right back. My texture paste that I tinted is about dry. It's actually very dry. So now we can add some envelopes, but a couple of these envelopes I want to add some eyelets to. And I think that will be easier to do before we put them on. So let's do this. Thinking something like this. Make sure we ink this up since we're going for grungy. And then I'm going to punch a hole through this. Oh. So yeah, let's do that to a couple of these. Okay. That was fun too. Alright, I think 3 of those is good to start. Oops. Just kind of mix up the colors. And I kind of think that's what I'm going to do. Colors and sizes. And then I'm just going to glue these on. Of course, you could use any papers and do this. You don't have to use gingham. But I did gingham for letter G, of course. And grunge for letter G. Dark green. I'm just going to kind of put them going down the little pocket. Pink one. Like that. Alright, so this part here is the tuck spot. And maybe we take a little snippet here out for the thumb notch. But first, let's add some more to our envelopes. And you just see a little bit of our paste behind. That was kind of my thought, was it wouldn't be an overpowering thing. It just kind of would be a little something extra in the background. This one here. Pulled out a couple other things. I did some of the stamped little labels like Toni, Crafty by Toni did. I bought it since then, but I didn't have when I watched her video. She did these little stamps, the Tim Holtz stamps on matte photo paper. I didn't have matte photo paper, but I had glossy. So my labels have a little bit of shine. Okay, I think that looks pretty cool. Oh, we have 2 right next to each other. Just notice that. So let's add something up here. Oh, I did this one. I don't have anything here, and I don't have anything there. I think I'm going to be crazy and put something on the inside flap. Like that. And then what do we want behind here? I think I need something up here to kind of, I guess I will trim this part off instead of ripping my envelope. Then let's add things to our envelopes. So I cut little strips. These are, you can use book page. This is from one of the 49 in market packs that I had, and this is just scraps of coffee dyed paper. And I also punched a bunch of scraps for tags. I have a tag punch, it's this one. I just punched a bunch of those. So maybe my stick tag. And maybe we add a label. And then this could slide in there. Actually, let's put it in this one. Here we go. Because I want this one to be able to close so we can see that. So let's see. Maybe in this one, I have a piece of paper. And maybe we can fold our paper. And that can go slide in there. There. And I can slide in and close just like that. Cute. Let's do the same with this one. Take it and fold it. And then it can slide in also. So cute. So cute. Paper tag. Cute. And then we have one more. What do we want? Cute. Okay, look how fun. These are so fun. Okay, and then I'm going to punch my little that. And oh my gosh, let me show you. If you put it in, it would be perfect, right? You would just glue the top side, or yeah, the right side and the bottom, and then you have a tuck spot right here. Of course, you can do it the other way, decorate the other side and have it on the other side, but isn't that so fun? That is so fun. That's so cute. Little mini envelope gingham grungy goodness right here. So fun. Yeah, and you can add lace if you don't want to go grungy. I mean, any style. You're just simply taking a piece of paper, some envelopes, decorating them however you want, and it's so stinking cute. Yep, I hope you make one of these or several of these. And I hope you have a wonderfully crafty day, and I will see you tomorrow. And if you've liked this video, thumbs up and comments really help out. And if you would like, subscribing would be fantastic as well. As always, have a wonderfully crafty day, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye.